Hi there, my name is Jesse, and this is going to be a little uh, Fusion 2.5 uh, tutorial. It's kind of like an actual addendum to almightyzentaco's window control tutorial, which was great, by the way. But it was lacking something that I needed, and in fact, that probably some other developers would need. Maybe some are okay with not having like the crispest graphics, but if you're doing pixel graphics, you're gonna want to be able to do like 1x, 2x, stuff like that, so that this way, the player can be able to do like if they want to do window mode. Let's say they want to do window mode, and they want to choose between 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, up to whatever, however many you want to put in for them, without having to go to full screen. You can do that. The thing is, if you use window control, it's a little buggy, or not necessarily buggy, but it's a little weird. You have to know how it works properly in order to be able to use it properly. So okay, we're actually gonna need just one thing, and that is the window control object. Just put it anywhere; it doesn't really matter. We're gonna go ahead and set this to be, let's say, 320 by 240. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you something else. I'm actually gonna go ahead and put in a counter. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this counter is going to be showing us some very vital information. We're also going to do go over here real quickly. Put in a global value. We're going to put in winx diff and winy diff. Okay. So now we've got the differences, or now we've got the two values that we're going to need. And believe me, these are important. We're going to go ahead and create 3 counters. Let's go ahead and duplicate it. Okay. We're going to go ahead and just set them all to minimum value of 0 because why not? Doesn't really matter, but I just like being thorough. Okay, so this one is going to be we're gonna do, yeah. Oh, you know what? Jeez, sorry about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually, I'll take those up for now. We're actually do a text object. Reason, you'll see. Oh, jeez, okay. String. Okay. We're gonna set this to right. Okay. So at the start of the frame, what you're gonna do is you want to set up those differences. So because we're using window control, we're gonna go ahead and, oh geez, come on. Okay, there we go. We're gonna set winx diff to frame window. The frame window. Oh, I'm sorry, application window. Here we go. Horizontal size of the window minus horizontal size of the client area. The client, okay, the window size is the full Monty. We're talking about the frame window plus the window border that you have on Windows. I'm actually using window blinds. So this can affect like its size, basically it counts the entire border around the window, including the heading, and the menu as well. The client window is essentially the frame window, which you set the game, or which is technically the game window too, which in this case is 320 by 240. However, when you input these values into window control, it makes the entire window, not just the frame, but the window size is 320 by 240. Now, I have found that the best way to do 2x, 3x is this way, but if you can't get it, if you basically can't get it to work properly, then you need to be able to coax it out of it. And this is the perfect object to do it. Zentaco was absolutely right to be able to, control this stuff, but you need to do a little bit of extra tinkering. But okay, so we need the difference of the full width of the actual window minus the client area, which is the frame window, that it both calculates. Okay. And then we're going to do, or here we're going to also put in an always statement. We'll put that there. And we're going to do the same thing. We're actually going to copy and paste that. Edit. We're going to put when y diff. You can name those whatever you want, but this is just easier for me. And we're going to put height. Done. Okay. So now at the start of the frame is basically going to show, or it's gonna grab the values. It's gonna grab the values that you need in order to get this to work properly. Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm gonna insert a comment. Grab pixel differences in width, height. Okay. We'll put another comment down here. We'll leave it blank for the time being. This will be for displaying the information that we need, which I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. Okay. No, duplicate, clone it. I'm sorry. I am not thinking today. I've been working on my own game today, platform over here, and yeah, it's just been kind of a day. Clone object 3. There we go. Okay. Since it's already got the properties that I put in there, I'm not going to worry about it. This is going to be differences text. Window size text and frame size text. Okay. Let's go back to the event editor. So now that we have this, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and at always, show information on window strings. Okay. Well, the reason I want to do it this way is because let's go ahead and let's see, what is this one? Window size, text differences, and then frame size. Okay. So for the window size, we're essentially going to do string horizontal size of window plus string vertical size of window. Done. Now let's go ahead and run that. So now it's showing you all the information that you would need to know. It's not actually 320 by 240. It's actually 336 by 229. And it updates it too. If you change it, it'll do that. Alright, okay. So that's cool. Now let's go ahead and show the differences. It's the same thing. Edit. But this time we're going to do WinX diff. Win y diff. Simple. Now let's go ahead and run the frame. That's your difference right there. It's got basically 8 and 8 on each side, and 59 on these two sides. This is the height, this is the width. But now let's check out the actual client size. I'm going to do client with window control. Oh, jeez. Client height window control. Okay. Let's go ahead and run it one more time. Okay, so now that is the true size. That's, at least that's the size that you want. 320 by 240. But okay, now if you were to set the window size, the X size and Y size, it would not be right. Now let's check this out real quick. So let's go ahead and insert a comment. We're gonna do change window sizes on the fly. Okay. Obviously the player will not be able to do this because you'll probably either delete it or disable it, whatever. But okay, you press 1. Two, 3, 4. Okay. Let's say all you want to do is just change the window size. Sure, okay. We're going to do resize X size, and we're going to do 320. Simple. And resize Y size 240. Okay. Actually, we're going to do this. Times 1. And times 1. You'll understand here in a second. Edit. 2. 2. 3. 3. 4. 4. Okay. Now we just need to add one last thing. We're going to go ahead and list. We're going to insert position. Set position 4. This is to center it. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. Okay. And we're actually going to copy 2x to the start of the frame. Take a look at that. Okay, good. That's actually the order you want it. You want to be able to get those differences before you put them all in. Okay, so let's run it. Application. Okay. Now, 640 by 480. That's cool. There's just one problem with that. The fact is, this is wrong. The reason why I say that is because this is for the full window size. The client area is actually 624 by 421. That's not pixel accurate. In fact, it'll squish the graphics. You still have your difference, but it's not applying. But you want to know how to fix it, right? Okay, this is actually a really simple fix. Very, very simple. Because you have the X and Y differences, we're going to go ahead, edit. We're going to wrap these in parentheses, plus when X diff. Done. Same thing with, oh yeah, I didn't get to actually show you. Hold on, let's remove that real quick. And, oh, right, now I don't need to save. Run it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And each one is saying something different. But, okay. You're saying, but Jesse, that didn't work. Resize display to fill window size. Let's go ahead and do it. Application. There we go. Now it's doing it properly. See how that's not? Okay, now this looks a little better, but it's still not right. This is 4, 3, 2, 1. As you can see, the text is already squished. 3 or 2. Still some squishing. 3, not as noticeable, but it's still there. You can see it from right here. See, that should be a little thicker, but it's not. 4. This should be a little thicker as well, just like this, but it's not. As you can see, it's not doing it properly. But okay, let's go ahead and exit. But like I was trying to show you, let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and edit. Again, wrap this, and then, excuse me, plus WinX diff, edit, plus WinY diff. The same thing. The reason why we can change that without having to do any extra math is because of the fact that technically the size is not going to change unless you change borders and things literally as you're playing in the middle of playing the game. But then that's basically on you, or in the case of the player. So that's not on you. Okay. You get the idea, right? Let's just finish this up real quick. Just make sure our code is right. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're also going to drag this back up here to replace it. You're done. Go ahead and just run it. Application. There we go. No squishing, no nothing. It's showing the client window size, which is the frame size, at 640 by 480. It's still showing the difference. 656 times 539, the actual size of the full window, including heading, menu, etc. Let's go ahead and change it to 1. There we go. No squish text. Looks clean. 3, 4. Which you can always move that around as well. If you want to allow the player to do this, they can also change it. It won't look right, but you get the idea. And that's pretty much it. It's really simple. There's not really much to it. It's I mean you can basically just, as soon as you enter in the actual code that you need, which is like the WinX, the plus WinX div plus WinY div, you can just copy that, just change the multiplier, and there you go. You can set this up in you can basically set this up in an options menu, and this way, as soon as like you click, or as soon as the player applies it or saves the changes, you can basically refresh the frame, and voila, everything's ready for them. Anyway, I figured I would just go ahead and let you know about how this works, so this way, if you wanted to add this capability for your players without having to go through too much of a headache, like I did, then this would be the best way to go about it, about doing it. Remember, go ahead and refill display to fill window size. For full screen, I'm not really sure how that would work out, but I'm pretty sure you can do it through here. I'll have to figure that out. I haven't really looked at it too much because I haven't really thought about full screen, but either way, probably the way Zentaco talked about it, that's probably the best way to go. But for windowed mode, this would be the best thing. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I enjoyed making it, and I'll see you around on the Discord channel, Discord server. Good night.